If you haven't already, subscribe to the channel. I like going live in the vertical mode because I know it shows up in the shorts feed and I get to connect with people who aren't already subscribed to my channel. So if you're just checking in and you wonder who the hell is this, I'm Cliff Yates, everybody, and my channel is all about it's about personal growth, self-improvement, how we can get better every day in every way than we were yesterday. I happen to be here in, well, I call it paradise, but it's my own private island here in upstate New York in the Thousand Island region of New York. Now, having come from Florida 10 days ago, where it was 84 degrees, this is a little different. We barely peaked over 50 today, and it's quite overcast and a little bit of drizzle. So not a lot of vitamin D being created today, but that's okay because summer's coming. It's like the seasons of our life, right? The seasons of our life. If you're in a winter, I've been in a winter, and you can get quite into I don't know, a mental mindset of despair and depression even. But if you intellectually know thousands and thousands of years, every winter is followed by spring, then you can take solace in the fact that, hey, if you're in a winter in your life, then you know spring is coming. So you have something to look forward to. And as you know, and I know, because that's what my channel is all about, we know that if we're looking forward to something, if we have, there's future meaning, we have hope for future achievement that really fulfills us. It can bring happiness as a side effect, right? There's no way to happiness. Happiness is the way, as Dr. Wayne Dyer used to say. If you're just checking in, let me know where you're at. I'm in the Thousand Island region of upstate New York. This is a private island. I'm actually in the middle of the St. Lawrence River, and the Thousand Island region is in the United States, everybody. I have to remind myself that not everybody chiming in or checking me out is going to know where the hell I'm at. So I want to tell you, I'm in the US of A. I'm in the state of New York, and it is a beautiful region in the summertime, especially. Right now, it can vary. The weather changes like this around here. And even in the summertime, it can be a warm, hot, sunny day in a matter of seconds. These windstorms can come blowing across from Canada and just wipe out trees and get crazy. But hey, chime in. Hey, hi, how are you? I want to recognize you because you know what? You're the most important person in the world. How are you? Waving back at you. Let me know where you're at. I'm in the Thousand Island region of New York. If you're already a subscriber, I'm glad you're here. And I think you are. And if you're not, hit the button. Everything is going to be of high value if I can fulfill my intention, which is always to create something of value, not just entertainment, not just trying to be funny, but something that's real, raw, authentic, right? That's one thing that I crave now, and I know a lot of people crave because I consume a lot of YouTube stuff myself. And so I know that people really crave authenticity. In this era of AI generated bullshit, people want realism. Is this real or is it fake? Now, of course, some of the AI stuff I appreciate, stuff that we know is fake, but it's there for entertainment. I don't mind seeing a bear playing tennis, right? Or a cat jumping into the room and playing a guitar. I love all that stuff, but we know it's for entertainment. We know it's for humor, and we know it's created for our enjoyment. But when it's deceitful, when AI is generating words from somebody that's a lie and it's out to deceive us as to what's actually happening, we don't like that bullshit. So the way to get around that, really, as a creator or as anybody, going live is one way. You know, I'm not reading off a script. You can tell this is not a green screen, everybody. This is realistic. I'm actually on my dock here in upstate New York. This is the real deal. And there's no backdrop. This is actually me. There's no teleprompter. I'm not reading from any shit. This is from my heart in my head and out my mouth, and you're getting the real deal. Hey, thanks already. If you haven't already subscribed to the channel, you know, I keep repeating that because I know people jump in and out of the shorts feed when I'm going live in the vertical mode. And I do that on purpose because I want to, you know, I'm trying to grow my channel. Obviously, a community of progress is what we're building here, one person at a time. So that one, you're the next one. Hit subscribe. Let's get some new subscribers this morning. And we got a couple of fishermen out here, actually. Even though bass season has not started here in the St. Lawrence River. And this is one of the best bass fisheries in all of the United States of America. A couple times a year, there are big bass tournaments right in the St. Lawrence here and right around my island. I get these pro bass fishermen. I've made friends with a couple. And so Major League Fishing will come around. They actually have cameras in the boats with some of the fishermen. And then Bassmasters has a big tournament they sponsor with big bucks, big money on the line. And so they would come around and they would come around a week or two ahead to practice and to learn the areas and where they're going to fish during the tournament. So it's quite interesting because I'll wake up and my bedroom is, you know, my bedroom on the other side of the cottage is right on the water. And so I wake up in the morning and I can have bass fishing right outside my bedroom window. And so you got to kind of be covered up in the summertime. You never know. I mean, these bass fishermen are literally 5 feet outside my bedroom window. Hey, but that's the price you pay when you have a place right on the water, waterfront property. And so I'm glad you're here. If you haven't already, subscribe to the channel. I'm actually getting ready to go over and gas up the boat. I got my gas person going to open up the store early for me so I can gas up. And I'm going to move over to this side of the cottage where I'm blocked from the wind a little bit. Oh, but there's too many bugs. Well, that's one of the things that we get up here in upstate New York, in the Thousand Islands. We get a lot of bugs. And, you know, I've gone the last week here. It's been freezing, but there hasn't been any bugs. And so now the spring bugs are starting to come. We get a range of different bugs. There'll be bugs that come around the cottage and out of the water here for a couple weeks, and then they're gone. And then a new set of bugs shows up, and then on it goes throughout the summer. Hey, thank you, everybody. Thank you. Hey, let me know where you are in the chat. I'm here in the Thousand Island region of upstate New York, everybody. It's an actual place, a Thousand Islands. And that's actually where the name of the dressing came from. A Thousand Island dressing came from this area. From 1905, George Bolt, who was building a castle right down the river here, they're still there today where they have tours, Bolt Castle, you can look it up. But George Bolt was also one of the original owners of the Waldorf Astoria. So while he was up here on the island, he had his yacht master make up the ingredients for Thousand Island dressing. And he liked it so much, he said, I'm taking this back to the Waldorf Astoria in New York. And it was a hit. And then here we are, you know, 150 years later, and Thousand Island dressing is known throughout the world. But a lot of people don't know it's an actual place, and that's where I am right here, the Thousand Islands. My island is a private island bought by my grandmother in the 1940s, and it's been passed down through my mom to me. And we got a lot of, all the swallows are coming. They've arrived a couple days ago, the swallows from Capistrano. They actually come up here, and they are big bug eaters. So when they're swarming around, you know there's a lot of bugs because they eat millions and billions of bugs. Look at these guys flying around. I don't know if you can see those swallows. All right, everybody, thanks for checking in here on the channel. You're in the right place. Listen, everything self-improvement, personal growth, no bullshit either. That's why I'm going live, so that you know it's a real deal. No AI-generated BS. This is Cliff Yates live, and if you're into authenticity, real and raw, hey, listen, how you can live your life better every day in every way than you did yesterday. I mean, that's kind of the mantra. That's kind of the mission that I'm on for myself personally, and I can get better myself if I share these principles and values with other people. And that's what it's all about, because then I learn it more and I learn it better. If I know I'm studying something, I'm trying to get more understanding and wisdom in something, and I know I'm going to be sharing this with other people, then I learn it better or I learn it in a more deep way, if that's better English. But hey, I leave all the mistakes in. That's one thing about going live is I leave the mistakes in. Subscribe to the channel, everybody. I know you're jumping in and out of the shorts feed. Who the hell is this going live? If you're just stumbling across, hey, subscribe, check out my channel later. It's all things self-improvement, personal growth. Hey, I'm not the biggest channel, but hey, one at a time, we're growing, a community of progress. I study a lot of the people in this, arena area of self-improvement, personal growth. The Tony Robbins, the Dean Graciosis, the Ed Miles, the Lewis Howes, the Mel Robbins, the Les Robbins, all the Robbinses I study. But hey, A lot of the stuff that I study is not something I've come up with. It's not something new that hasn't been talked about before, but it's stuff that I've adapted, tried, and filtered through my life. And if that can be an example for you to try it, then hey, my mission's fulfilled. Hey, thanks for checking in. Hey, I love it. Hi, how are you? Yes. Boom, boom. Glad you're here. If you're just chiming in, just checking me out on the shorts feed, I'm Cliff Yates, former cop, 35 years cop, also stand-up comedian, 30 years comedian, actor, now my podcaster for the past, oh, 5, 6, 7, 8 years. It's funny, I actually started a podcast in 2005, and it was Blog Talk Radio before podcasting was the big deal. And I didn't keep it up. At the time, I found it hard to create an hour's worth of content. And now, man, there's not enough time in the day to share some of the concepts and principles and values that I study. And this is a real backdrop, everybody. I'm in the Thousand Islands, New York. I'm in upstate New York, the St. Lawrence River. It's a freshwater waterway, and all the big ships go down the main shipping channel from the Great Lakes out into the ocean to Asia or whatever in the world. And so this is kind of a gateway to the Great Lakes, the St. Lawrence River. This water flows out of Lake Ontario, the last big Great Lake, and it flows north past Montreal, Canada, and into the Atlantic Ocean. So right where I'm at now, across the way is the Canadian side of this river, and I'm on the New York side. And it's just quite an amazing big water. It's big water. And so, matter of fact, from here to the Atlantic Ocean, I think is about 600 miles, I believe. I know to Montreal, it's probably 100 miles, give or take about. So glad you're here already, everybody. I got to look at my watch. I got to get in my boat now and get ready to go get some gas for the weekend. And it's my first time gassing up for the season. I'm sure, marine gas is like $1 more than, it's probably going to be $6 a gallon. I imagine to fill my boat up, it's going to be amazing, staggering $100, I imagine. So that's going to be the surprise for me today. All right, everybody. Wow. I'm ready for spring and I'm ready for summer, but it hasn't come yet here in upstate New York in the United States. That's where I'm at. So I want to acknowledge you. I had glasses somewhere so I can see who's out there. And Sue's, hey, hi, Bob, Ted, Carolyn, Alice. All right, everybody. Cliff Yates live from the island. If you haven't already, subscribe to the channel. The weather is not great today. This is not something I'm going to jump up and down about today. No way. Maybe I'll go on this side so you can see the shipping channel. Maybe a ship will be coming down the major shipping channel here. I know there's a lot of bugs in my coffee. I'm going to drink them anyways. I don't know if you can see over my shoulder back there. There's that Singer Castle over there. Kind of a famous castle. Right off it. So it's nice to wake up, have coffee, and stare at the castle. The castle was built by Frederick Bourne, who was on the board of Singer Sewing Machine. So it's really known as Singer Castle. You can look that up, Singer Castle. It's quite a famous place. Not that famous because a lot of people haven't heard of it, but people who have visited Thousand Islands, a lot of cruise ships stop there. Not the big cruise ships that have 3,000 or 4,000 people, but smaller cruise lines go up and down the St. Lawrence River, giving tours of all the islands. There's 1,864 islands. And in this 25-mile stretch known as the Thousand Islands, New York. All right, everybody, thanks for checking in. Subscribe if you haven't already. I'll see you in the next video. Always good stuff.